So, Purplebricks strikes again. See what I did there? I need to explain something to everybody because there's a really important reason. There's a really important reason why Purplebricks failed, why Strike, thank you, has spent £72 million and still hasn't made a profit, and why, even though Strike is now bought Purplebricks for £1, it still isn't going to work. And I'm honestly gobsmacked that the owners of Strike would take on the Purplebricks liability and think that something's going to change. How do two loss-making companies make a profitable company? They don't. Strike thinks that with the Purplebricks brand, somehow that's, it's just desperation, I think, because this is the lesson that a lot of investors have learned the hard way. Whatever you may think of estate agents and estate agency, it is far more expensive to deliver good quality estate agency service than anybody realizes. In fact, a large number of estate agents are undercharging and as a result working themselves into the ground and not having enough time to see their family, because they should be charging more fees so that they can have more help and actually give a better quality service to their customers. I know agents who literally work themselves into the ground around the clock because of the hustle, and they do deliver a great service for their customers, but at what cost? Whether you are a one-person operation or whether you are a stock market listed £1 billion company, it doesn't change what it costs to deliver good estate agent service. Yes, of course, there are improvements that can be made by intelligent use of technology, and yes, of course, there are improvements into profitability that can be made out of intelligent workflow processes and streamlining, no matter what size you are, big or small. But it's a painful truth, and I know this firsthand, that there are a lot of estate agents who are very good estate agents and not very good business people. And then you have the opposite. You have some people who are very good business people and not very good estate agents. And by those, I mean the ones who somehow make profitable businesses out of letting down 2/3 of their customers, right? Two of London's largest estate agents sell less than 30% of what they list, but they don't care because they're making money, lots of money, because they're literally just running it as a harvesting operation, making fees on the properties that are easy to sell and just abandoning the rest of their customers and overcharging to get whatever instructions they can. And people think that Purplebrick was a success. It was never a success. And the reason that I'm particularly passionate about Purplebrick, I'm less concerned about Strike. Strike isn't hurting anybody because they don't take any money off people. But when Purplebricks first came out and hit the headlines in about 2016, I made public accusations about them, saying that they were misleading customers, that they were being fraudulent, and they sent me very heavy threatening letters from lawyers threatening legal action. And nothing I had said was untrue. Everything I had said was substantiated. And I stood by it and I said, come on then, bring it on. I'm not going to be intimidated into withdrawing those remarks simply because you wave a big shitty stick at me. And guess what? They never did. They never did sue me, because my problem was the number of people who are being misled into handing over money up front or a commitment to pay money up front and then never having their house sold. And it's the mindset of people behind businesses like that that really bothers me, because those people, the founders of Purplebricks, the Bruce brothers, one of whom got knighted. I mean, I don't know what else they do. I don't know anything about them personally. One of them does a lot of good work for charity. They both personally cleared about 70 million quid between them out of the Purplebricks success when they were asked to leave after a while. So they did very nicely. Not many other people did very nicely out of it. But either you know you're taking money off people and not selling their house, in which case, what does that make you? Or you don't realise that you're hurting people, hurting their moving chances, their life chances, and taking their money without delivering anything. And you think that that's somehow okay. Either way, it needs to be called out. You know, they remind me so much of Del and Rodney, who finally, after hustling for long enough, actually managed to make some money when they discovered that old clock in their garage. It's really careful. I don't know them personally. I've avoided them, actually. They've approached me several times over the years when they were doing booming and stuff like that, and I just didn't want to have anything to do with them because I don't like to associate myself with people who cause harm. And they did cause harm. I will never know if they knew they were causing harm and ignored it, or whether they somehow deluded themselves that they weren't causing any harm, but they were causing harm. And we're better off without them. And I'm absolutely gutted to learn that Strike are going to abandon their name and just adopt the Purplebricks brand. So they basically got the Purplebricks brand for £1, plus a lot of liabilities as well. And Charles Dunstan, the car phone warehouse founder, is one of their big backers. How can a man who made so much money and clearly be so good at business get this so wrong? Charlie, if you're watching this, you're throwing good money after bad because you cannot automate what estate agents do, which is manage people's expectations, manage their emotions, and broker a transaction between two highly emotional parties. Okay? There is no amount of technology or even AI that's ever going to do that. Ever. It's such a personal service that estate agents provide. It's a bit like expecting to go and start up a business giving massages by robots. It's not going to fucking work. No one's going to want to be massaged by a robot. You know, it's a crude physical analogy, but that's what it is. Anyway, I am at the same time the harshest critic of what estate agents don't do well, of the poor conduct of many agents, and I'm also the biggest champion of the importance and value of what estate agents do for people at a crucial time in their life. And my whole campaign is about ending bad estate agency and flushing out all those bad agents who hide behind dishonest practice and dishonest tactics. I've actually got a guest coming on the Moving Home with Charlie channel soon, who is effectively a whistleblower who used to work in corporate estate, worked for two of the largest corporations in the country as a branch manager, and is now a self-employed agent. And he wants to spill the beans. I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, I can't believe the Purplebricks name is going to live on even longer than it already has, limped on, losing people money. I mean, all the investors that put money into Purplebricks, I did try and warn you. I did LinkedIn posts, I did videos, I explained it. You just cannot make money out of that. I mean, you're charging for do-it-yourself estate agency anyway, basically. And for anyone watching this who wonders how Strike makes their money when they're selling houses for free, they make it off the referral income by insisting that you use their providers of various services, which in itself is a terrible idea unless you've personally vetted those service providers, because if they aren't any good, they're going to scupper your transaction anyway. Yes, of course, there are some people who had a good experience with Purplebricks and some people who had a good experience with Strike, because if you really do have an outstanding property and you manage to get it onto the national property sites with Strike or Purplebricks, you're going to find a buyer. Good properties will always find buyers. But if you've got a fairly run-of-the-mill, normal property that isn't a standout property, and the number one property of that is a 3-bedroom semi, right? That's the most highly transacted property in the country, a 3-bedroom semi. You're not going to have, people queuing up to buy it if there are lots of them. And you're going to need agents who know how to do their work hard to actually get your property sold at the best price and allow you to move on with your life. And Strike doesn't do that, in my opinion. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to put that out there about Purplebricks. My condolences to all the people who are going to be losing their jobs. I'm never happy when anyone loses their job. It's a terrible moment, especially in this climate. So best wishes to all the people who are losing their jobs. And other than that, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.